Hi everybody, it's the first day of July. I'm going to just take you through some sun salutations that are a version that I do. The moon is waxing, it's almost the full moon in just a few days from now, and it's been sort of, it's been an intense few months, but I feel like especially the transition to summer has been pretty all over the place. So with that, we're just going to shake it out a little bit. So sometimes I like to swing the arms, shake the legs. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. The shakeout is, for me, it changes often. Depends on, I just kind of let it flow. Eventually coming to a forward fold. Forward folds are such a great way for you to consider what your body is currently going through. And in considering that, you also get to assess what your mind is currently going through. I'm going to take a moment to balance on one leg at a time, stretch my quads. Because it is summer, it is a time where a lot of us humans get outdoors a lot more. We might be running or walking a lot more. And so more like connection and stretching to the areas that you're using more can be an important part of your movement practice, whether it's this yoga or not. All right, so I'm starting at the top of my mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. And each day that might change a little bit too. Some days the feet might be slightly more together or apart. Getting grounded first through the feet and watching that grounded energy activate all the way up the body. And then finding a little bit of movement in the spine. Maybe lacing the fingers, flipping the palms up. Pressing down through the feet while you're pressing up through the palms. And then maybe changing your head position while you do that. Good, and then grabbing left wrist and reaching over for a crescent side bend. Switching, grabbing right wrist, reaching over. Release the arms. As you release the arms, start to fold forward. Let everything go down. Bend your knees enough that you can reach your mat with your fingertips with some sort of ease, and then be able to step back one leg at a time to your downward facing dog. And this is your first down dog. So you get a chance to explore at your own level and pace. And then perhaps from there, coming towards plank pose. For this first one, dropping to your knees, lowering all the way down. Pressing down through your knees and your feet to come up a little bit for your cobra and back down. Pressing back up through your knees, curling the toes to press to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to lift one leg into the air at a time on each side. And then crawl hands to feet. Take your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers, reach the arms up. Welcome any movement or breath work. And then when you're ready, press through your feet to come rolling back up. Okay, you're gonna try that again. Walk to the top of your mat. Use your breath how you need to, because your inhales and exhales might not match mine. Step back to down dog when you're ready. And this time you might try lowering down without dropping to your knees. Again, it just depends what you're currently working with. So this time I'm coming up a little higher in my cobra. But I'm staying very aware, and if your shoulders need a little more space or a different area of the shoulder, you can take your hands wider and come up and play with it. Press back up, downward dog. This time, I'm going to have you find side plank on each side. So I'm holding just for enough time that I feel my side waist, and then coming back to down dog and transitioning to the other side. And then walking hands to feet. Take your time. This time I'm going to clasp my hands behind the back of my neck or at the base of my skull. Start to slowly press through the feet to come up. And then when I come up, isometrically finding hands to head, head to hands. Noticing front and back of the shoulder. Engaging through my legs, through feet. Smiling for a moment to encourage a shift of perspective. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And then release. Good. Look forward, walk forward. Welcomes that idea to just keep going, keep trying. Here's our next time. Next one, fold forward, step back again. I try to remember to step back, with a different leg each time. It doesn't, again, it's all about learning your patterns, becoming a little more self-aware. It's constant practice. This time I'm coming to a hover and transitioning to up dog. And then back to down dog. Dropping to knees this time. Stepping right foot out to the side and crawling it up to the top of the mat. Curling the back toes under, coming up to your high lunge. This is what I do when it gets closer to the full moon. Honoring that gradual expansion and illumination within and without. Stepping that leg back, switching sides, left foot out to the side, crawling the left foot forward. Back right toes curl under, lifting that back knee up. Starting to find balance as you come up. Perhaps imagining your own personal full moon up above you. Reminding you that you are a part of nature. Every human, every body. Dropping the knee back down. Left knee comes back. And then downward dog, walking the hands to the feet. Come halfway up this time. I like to really reach my butt back. Have a slight bend in the knee, fingertips to shins. Feeling a spread through the chest. Some engagement through my center and along the spine. Trying to elongate in the neck. Using the breath as a tool, then letting the arms dangle, and then maybe even coming right into your chair pose. Any variation of chair. Hearing my kids screaming on their virtual play date on the floor below. We'll do one more round, arms up. Maybe getting a little bit of spinal movement. Folding forward. Good, down dog, stepping back. This time, rocking back and forth. Down dog to plank. Dropping to knees. Foregoing the plank push-up, the high to low all together. And just finding another way. Left leg back. Right leg back. Right arm forward. Left arm forward. Right arm and left leg back. Left arm and right leg back. Good. Stepping right leg out to the side. Walking the hands over a little bit, taking some cat-cow within this side lunge. Hands crawl back over, walk the foot back up to the front. Come back to your high full moon lunge. Stay here and then open the arms out, facing the right for a gentle twist. Come back, fold, pause for a moment in your pyramid fold. And then to transition here, you could lower down to your hands and knees, or you could just sweep the foot back like I just did. Maybe some more swaying from down dog and plank and back. Drop back to your knees, step your left foot out to the left, maybe widen your hands, find some cat-cow. crawling the left foot forward, coming back to your high full moon lunge. Perhaps opening out to the left this time. Folding pyramid. And then transitioning back to table, and then perhaps a child's pose. Okay, that's what I have for you today. That's about 15 minutes, a little over. You know, that could just be a template for you to move more, or you might lay down and take a long rest after that, or transition into some seated poses or reclined shapes. Okay, happy July.